You better get those feet tapping, fingers snapping, all hands clapping. Buckle up, gobble some podcorn. It's the Mickle Pod and Pickle with Mickle. And here we go. Welcome into the show. Go ahead and be aware of hairballs. Help a horse if you can. And well, shit, love those kids and pets too. It's all of those days, and of course, it's a free-for-all, feel-good Friday. It's the Mickle Pod and Pickle with Mickle, and the only way to get this party started is to get right into it. So let's take care of it.
Danny, I need that ball. Get me the ball.
You need the ball.
Get me the ball.
Get you the ball.
Are you gonna get me the ball?
Yes, it was NFL Draft Round 1. That was last night. Today is both National Historic Marker Day and National Dissertation Day. Allow me to highlight the historical marker of last night's NFL Draft in today's dissertation, whilst hopefully not helplessly spiraling into the spokes of supernatural, obviously evoked as the first round of the draft concluded. I know it will happen, so let me say this before it happens. When it did happen, Eminem right there with Goodell on the big stage, and the host of Detroit greats they brought out there. I was thinking, how many are watching? Is football truly king? Are more people tuning into this than the NCAA Final Four? The numbers will come out. We love numbers on this show. The numbers will tell you that in years past, over 10 million tuned in. Is Eminem enough to push it over the top from D-Town? It's always in the numbers. It's unavoidably, I will not be the only one to bring in the comparisons. 1983, the Brady 6, and now the Knicks 6 quarterbacks. I need my quarterback. It's the focus of drafts, present, past, and of course, it will be in the future. Look at these numbers. That's the 3 6s, people. What does that mean for this class? Are they cursed now from the get-go? It's no fault of their own. I'm going to do my best. To try to not spoke out into the supernatural and what this could be. I mean, come on. Let's just keep it simple. I will say this in regards to round 1 of the draft. The suits were fine. Speech is bland this year. I flipped through 3 different networks of coverage. Was it me? Was there less mom interviews this year? Comparisons. 3 classes of quarterbacks taken in the first round. For sure now to be forever entwined in history, if only NFL draft history. There's 3 more rounds or so of the draft over the weekend. There's going to be an irrelevant pick. Yet it is these 6. How they play on the field. When they play. How long they play. Ultimately will determine their places in NFL history. Is there a theme here? Keep up. Let's go way back to 1983. A historic draft indeed. Of the 6 picked in this draft, John Elway, number 1 pick, famously refused to be a Colt, wound up in Denver. The rest, history. Coincidence? Eli Manning refused to go to San Diego 20 years later. He also has 2 Super Bowls. Todd Blackledge, the number 2 pick, taken in 83. You probably have seen Blackledge more announcing college football than you did in his stint in the NFL. He was drafted by the Chiefs. The 3rd QB taken in 1983, Jim Kelly. Kelly would lead Buffalo to 4 straight Super Bowls in the 90s. The Patriots felt that at number 4, Tony Eason was their guy. He was the guy, all right. He was the guy in Super Bowl 20 that got pummeled by the Bears defense. He was the only guy to get rooked in a Super Bowl. That Bears 46D demolished Eason, sacking him 3 times. He didn't even complete a pass. He didn't even finish the game. Historic. In 1983, the NFL was still 28 teams, only 28 teams in the league. And when the Jets, the Jets, Jets, selected Ken O'Brien with the 24th pick, he was the 5th QB taken in the draft and the first of many Jets saviors post-Namath. Discount, double check that. Rodgers. Ever heard of Dan Marino? Yeah, that guy. The guy from Ace Ventura. He was taken with the 27th pick in the draft by the Dolphins, by Miami. The 6th QB taken in the 83 draft in the first round, known as the class of 83. Elway, Marino, Kelly. 10 Super Bowl appearances between them. And Elway won 2. 3 out of 6 ain't bad. The other 3, solid QB careers. Tom Brady was not the top quarterback prospect at Michigan when he was at Michigan. Tom Brady has 10 Super Bowl appearances. Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowl rings. Tom Brady stands alone. The Brady 6, there are 2. Mark Bulger and Chad Pennington. Solid NFL QB careers, albeit decimated by injuries too, though. You would definitely want to start a franchise around. Remember, it was Bulger who had to hand the keys to the fastest show on turf to Kurt Warner. T. Martin, Chris Redmond, Spurgeon Wynn, Giovanni Carmazzi? Yo, you know Giovanni still is Hofstra's all-time passing leader. He still holds a few other records there at Hofstra. I know, you figured it out. It's damn hard to pick a QB. 40 years back, the Jets whiff on Marino. Draft grades will be dropping over the weekend like pickleball paddles, and it will continue all week. The QB scrutiny is where we must start. It's where we must stay. It's what everybody's going to talk about. Forget about the offensive linemen that were drafted. In our first 2 6s, we have 5 total QBs that I will say you want to start your team with. I feel it. We need a mental break to properly break down this year's historic 6, the Nick 6. The Mickle Pod and Pickle with Mickle is all new, twice a week, all major podcast apps. Earbuds in, popcorn ready. It's back to the show.
Football.
The 2024 NFL Draft is the focus of today, and that focus being on the 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round. Quick aside, LL Cool J and that little song featured in the football movie Wildcats. LL himself would then star in the football movie Any Given Sunday. Over 20 offensive players taken in this year's first round of the draft. Historic. 6 QBs taken by the 12th pick. I can't wait to see how it all plays out. Let's see where the 6 go at the end of their rookie deal. You must give these guys at least that chance, right? They got to play out the rookie deal. The brains that make these decisions, sweating for months. You saw them in the war rooms. They look like frozen freaking statues or even mummies. You know, I mean, you pick when you show them sitting there in the war room, and then they're all smiles as the phones go down. They know that the rookie deal is 3 years. These guys don't have to play right away. They know they shouldn't play them right away, these brilliant football minds. They have deep QB rooms, right? Full of QBs, NFL QBs. The first 3 picks, pretty much slotted. I will say I was not sold on any of the 3. Let me clarify to start right away. I've seen Williams. I have seen a Sun Devil Daniels. I watched an LSU Daniels. I watched Daniels walk across the stage at the draft. He needs to bulk up. May, I like probably the most out of the three, and I watched a lot of Drake May since he's a Tar Heel. Did you see the highlights in his highlight reel of him playing some pickle? Penix is who I thought was the best QB in the draft, all of his injuries included, which is what makes the Falcons' move so intriguing. They just brought in Captain Kirk, who does not like that. The Birds did him kind of dirty, bringing in Penix. I do like it. Can they get 2 full years out of Cousins, who would then be 38? He's on that repaired Achilles. Penix can learn, get stronger. The Falcons have young weapons on offense. It was the boldest move of round one in my humble estimation, in my opinion. Intriguing, perplexing. Again, these guys, they know way more than I do. They know more than you do. The Vikings moving up to get J.J. McCarthy. Moving up one spot to grab the Michigan man, the national champion. He's going to start right away. I mean, if he sees ghosts, who's he going to call? Sam freaking Darnold. He's right there. Young weapons, check. Minnesota has them. I'll check in at the end of the draft to see how many O-line guys they added. Memo to the Michigan man. Call Captain Kirk. Ask him how his ass tastes, because it was in his face a lot. He was getting dumped. There's a lot of comps, I should say, on McCarthy to Plummer, who did win a playoff game for the Cardinals and snaked a few Elway single-season records when he was a Bronco. He never did win the big one. The last of the 6 taken, and thus we named this thing the Nick 6. Bo knows college football. He played the most of our group of first-round QBs. If the shadow was too much at Auburn, we've heard this now, I get it. He still played pretty well during his time down there at Auburn. He did get hurt. Then he got out to Oregon, shined out. It took Oregon as far as anyone else has. Nobody's gotten Oregon over the hump other than Mariota. Nix, Penix linked forever in this draft. Also with JJ, they're going to link together the 3 of them as reaches. Nix and Penix also have the most known injury history, at least to what I know, of all of these guys. Now, NFL teams have elite medical staffs. They know all about the knees, the shoulders, the ankles. It's all about keeping them upright and available to learn and develop, so then the ability can shine, because what's the best ability? Availability. I like comps to Drew Brees for Knicks more than anything I've heard related to Dak Prescott, and I like Sean Payton. I like Toasted Jam. These 6 quarterbacks will be forever jammed together. The Knicks 6. Their respective teams will jam them into the starting lineup when they see fit, and that will matter. The situation, the organization, present history shows us there's no waiting for these guys. Back to organization, situation. We have seen that it does matter. There are a lot of new people in place at some of these organizations, namely my Washington Redskin football Commanders. How are they going to handle this Daniels kid? And all of us will have to wait. That's the hardest part. We're going to have to wait. The waiting, always the hardest part. All through the OTA bullshit, mandatory camps, all the off-season stuff, when we're hearing all about these 6 guys and how they're future Hall of Famers, right? Well, I mean, where's Zach Wilson? Remember what we heard about him during camp? The hoopla, the hype, the Heisman. Way to get yours back. Reggie. Speaking of Heismans and projections and predictions, Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels both won the Heisman Trophy. History says, rah-rah. Elway, no Heisman. Brady, no. Either Manning? Nope. So let's go way back to the class of 83. We know all about Brady. Threw in the Mannings just because. How about Drew Brees? No Heisman. Mahomie? Nope. The Knicks 6 made history in the first round of the 2024 draft. Historically, Heisman winning QBs, there's 2 of them there, do not win Super Bowls. Whether these 6 last 6 years as starters remains to be seen. How about see if they remain with the same team that drafted them? Let's see what type of post-draft shenanigans take place. There could be some trades. These picks might not even play in the place where they were drafted to start. What grade did your team get? We have all weekends for players to get that call and have their football dreams answered. Remember, there's going to be draft all weekend. This was just round one, and I'm draft dizzy. I feel like a snack. What about a pretzel? It's National Pretzel Day. How about a bowl of Power Crisps? Honey, I don't see any almonds, soy, or oat milk. I don't even see any regular milk or 2%. Low fat, fat-free. Whoa, parents, stop arguing over milk not spilled. Throw a bowl of Power Crisps right on the floor. Breakfast or a snack, your little tykes can stack 'em and pack 'em right into their filthy little pie holes. Power Crisps are uniquely coated. They'll dissolve right in their mouth, leaving a crispy little kick. Power Crisps come in 4 fantastic flavors: vegan violet, orange, kale green, and red. I tell you what, you're going to love those crisps. They come in 4 awesome flavors. Pretzels have way many more. Even in South Dakota, they love pretzels. So mashing up South Dakota Day and Pretzel Day, I want to visit the South Dakota Pretzel Company. After that, we twist our way through the sportsverse, finding our way to Utah, where the pickleverse is red rocking, twisting, and shouting. Utah, give me 2. Utah, we just may have a problem. The problem is when I stumbled upon the South Dakota Pretzel Company, I had no idea I would get so twisted up. So allow me to redirect, change course. Try my Tui down the line here or something. The PPA is in Utah, the Red Rock Open. Singles championships set for Sunday already. Hello, Jack Sock, making it to the finals. He's going to take on Fed, and Leah Jansen faces Mary Bracia. Mixed doubles underway today with, of course, men's and women's doubles to follow, setting us up for Championship Sunday. Rain, go away up there in Utah. We don't want to carry over to Monday. So follow me here real quick. The U.S. Open was last week. She skipped Minnesota, kind of normal. But where is Annalie Whiplash Waters? I mean, if the sports wants to get viewers, the best have to play, right? They got to play in every tournament. The top picklers can't start picking and choosing this shit like the PGAers and the NBAers. I mean, Ben chose not to play singles this week in Utah. Interesting pairings together in the regular doubles, in the mixed doubles. Breitbacher, not together. So I'm looking at Dyson, right? Jansen, Pisnik, Walker sisters make a run maybe? Keep an eye on them. How about Viv Trong? I put that together myself. That's Viv Glosman and Alex Trong. I think they can make some noise. I like that team. Elise Jones and Hurricane Tyra Black. Like I said, there are some awesome pairings mixing it up in the doubles this week. Here goes. Want me to call my shot? J-Dub, Dylan. They get to the finals. Who will they be playing? Look at some of these men's pairings too. Big Dre, Tardio, they're there. Keep an eye on my guy, Augie, playing with AJ Kohler. Watch out. Keep your eyeballs on the great game of pickleball, fastest growing sport. Get them on my awesome interview with Matt Miller from Mavericks. We're talking all things Mavericks. Amazing new paddle coming out. And yes, there will be a paddle giveaway. Patience. MLP is coming. Talking to patience. There's so much in the pickleverse. And I'm stuck on pretzels. Quick break. And we're going back to Pretzel Town. You're listening to the Mickle Pod. Why wouldn't you be? Now back to the show. I think we should all be happy, be very happy that pretzels have gotten me all twisted up and will spoke out in South Dakota and not in the realm of supernatural and unexplained and scary spook crap that you can't explain it. 3 sets of 6s when it comes to quarterbacks. Snap back to reality. It was real awesome at the draft. Quick recap again. Goodell mentioning rap battle twice. Eminem didn't even move. And then it was twice as nice when they still booed him. This is not that story. This story has 30 years of pretzel passion ripped right from their website. A story of evolution driven by a deep commitment to creating the finest gourmet seasoned snack pretzels. Let that marinate. Let the folks at the South Dakota Pretzel Company know that I am on the hunt. I'm coming for you. My people will be out to their people or to them, and I got to see if I can get them on the court with me to talk about their company, their story, these pretzels, 50 seasoned pretzel flavors and mixes. The pic on the website looks like a damn glazed pretzel, savory to sweet. Oh my. And here you go. Cinnamon and sugar, cappuccino and chocolate, bourbon chocolate. Oh, for the love of everything holy, freaking pumpkin spice pretzel. Do you need to spice it up? How about some scorching insanity? I found the one. Spicy pickle pretzels. Just reading their story on the website, I am determined to try and talk to the folks at the South Dakota Pretzel Company. Go yourself to the website. Take a look at this incredible journey to where they are today. Toiler alert. They use an ancient brining process for the snacks. While I try to track down the briny folks from the Mount Rushmore state, rush out and do something fun this weekend. Stay safe out there and stay hydrated. I'll see all y'all right here next time for more